In a quiet little corner of Florida, USA, 74-year-old George Harris seemed to be living a life that had settled into silence. After retiring, he spent most of his time sitting in front of the TV, eating irregularly, and barely communicating with anyone except for a few brief phone calls from his children and grandchildren. His body grew sluggish, and his spirit gradually wore down. Then one day, he collapsed in his living room. A mild stroke became his wake-up call. But the remarkable part wasn't the fall, it was how he got back up. George began with slow morning walks, changed his diet, joined a senior book club, and started attending regular health checkups as advised. A year later, not only had his health improved, but he had also become a source of inspiration for his entire community. Thanks to small lifestyle changes, old age turned into a time of beautiful and meaningful living. George's story is not uncommon, but it serves as a powerful reminder. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. With the right habits, it can be the most vibrant chapter of one's life. However, this doesn't come from luck. It begins with simple, everyday decisions. What we do each day, what we avoid each night, and whether we truly take care of ourselves. In this video, we'll take a closer look at 4 habits that older adults should absolutely avoid, and 4 habits that are essential to maintain, not to live longer, but to live more fully and with greater purpose through the years that remain. But first, let's go over some seemingly harmless actions that quietly erode the health and joy of many seniors. Here are 4 habits you should absolutely avoid if you want a healthy and meaningful old age. Habit 1. Sitting too long and being inactive. For older adults, physical activity isn't just about staying in shape. It is a matter of survival to maintain overall health, both physically and mentally. However, many people fall into what seems like a harmless habit after retirement, sitting for long periods throughout the day. They sit to watch TV, sit to read the newspaper, sit while eating, and then spend the afternoon sitting and staring out the window. Few realize that this prolonged inactivity is silently wearing down their bodies day by day. The first risk is muscle and joint degeneration. When muscles aren't used regularly, they gradually weaken. Bone density also decreases, making seniors more prone to fractures even from a minor slip. The body becomes less flexible, and simple actions like standing up, sitting down, climbing stairs, or even maintaining balance become increasingly difficult. The second issue is metabolic disorders. Prolonged sitting reduces the body's ability to use insulin effectively, increasing the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. At the same time, blood lipids rise and bad cholesterol accumulates, leading to high blood pressure and atherosclerosis. It is not just the body that suffers. The mind is affected too. Lack of movement reduces blood flow to the brain, impairing concentration and memory. Seniors may fall into a state of sluggishness, fatigue, or even mild depression. They feel themselves slowing down and becoming disconnected from the world around them. So what can be done? There is no need for intense workouts or going to the gym. For seniors, simply standing up and walking around for 3 to 5 minutes every 30 to 60 minutes, doing a few basic stretches, or taking light walks around the house or garden already brings significant benefits. Small activities like mopping the floor, watering plants, or organizing household items can also help keep the body agile. Additionally, many studies recommend that older adults maintain at least 150 minutes of light physical activity per week. That is about 20 to 30 minutes a day. Fitness classes such as aerobics, tai chi, or yoga designed specifically for seniors also offer a great environment to combine exercise with social interaction. In short, sitting for too long not only weakens the body, but also gradually narrows an elderly person's life experience. Movement is the key to keeping the body alive, the mind clear, and the later years of life more fulfilling and worth living. Habit 2. Skipping meals or eating irregularly. For many older adults, eating is no longer treated with the same importance as it once was. They may say they are not hungry, eat just to get it over with, or even skip meals altogether because they feel that eating doesn't really matter anymore. But these seemingly minor habits are quietly and seriously weakening the body. First, skipping meals leads to a lack of energy and metabolic disruption. When seniors do not eat on schedule, blood sugar levels can drop sharply, causing dizziness, shaky hands and legs, fatigue, or even fainting. This is especially dangerous for those taking medications for high blood pressure, heart disease, or diabetes, as irregular eating can reduce the effectiveness of medication or trigger dangerous side effects. The digestive system is also affected. As digestion naturally declines with age, irregular eating can easily cause bloating, indigestion, gastritis, or chronic constipation. In addition, not eating on time disrupts the body's biological rhythms, which negatively affects sleep and mental well-being. Irregular eating habits can also result in long-term nutritional deficiencies. Many older adults are unknowingly lacking in protein, calcium, and vitamin D. This leads to unintentional weight loss, muscle weakness, brittle bones, and a weakened immune system, opening the door to chronic illnesses and serious complications, even from minor infections. There is also an emotional side to eating that should not be overlooked. For seniors living alone, eating in isolation and off schedule takes away the joy of meals, leading to loss of appetite, sadness, and potentially contributing to depression. So what can be done to change this? Maintain a consistent meal schedule. Whether eating a lot or just a little, seniors should aim for 3 meals a day with optional snacks if needed. Focus on quality over quantity. Instead of eating large portions, choose foods that are easy to digest and rich in nutrients such as eggs, fish, milk, leafy greens, tofu, and soft fruits. Eat with others when possible. Meals are not only about energy intake, but also a chance to connect emotionally, share, and bring joy to daily life. Consult a nutritionist. For older adults with chronic conditions like diabetes, gout, or kidney disease, meals should be adjusted scientifically based on individual health needs. In summary, a timely, well-balanced meal not only nourishes the body but also nurtures the spirit. For seniors, eating regularly and mindfully is a way of saying, I still matter and I deserve to be cared for every single day. Habit 3. Staying up late regularly. There is a common but very mistaken belief among many older adults. I'm old, so I don't need much sleep. In reality, it is in the later stages of life that sleep becomes one of the most critical factors for maintaining mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall health restoration. The habit of staying up late, even just an hour or two each night, can lead to serious consequences when it continues for weeks or months. Biologically, the aging body no longer recovers as quickly as it did in youth. Going to bed late disrupts the body's natural rhythm and reduces the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. This leads to shallow sleep, frequent awakenings, and difficulty staying asleep through the night. Poor sleep quality results in prolonged fatigue during the day, lack of focus, and a higher risk of falling due to slowed reflexes and poor balance. Inadequate sleep also directly weakens the immune system and impairs brain function. Studies have shown that older adults who sleep fewer than 6 hours per night face a higher risk of memory decline and are more susceptible to infections and complications from chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. Even more concerning, long-term sleep deprivation can increase the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, conditions for which there is still no definitive cure. Moreover, staying up late often comes with unhealthy behaviors such as late-night snacking, excessive screen time, watching TV into the night, or overthinking, all of which prevent the brain from truly resting. These factors combine to create a silent, vicious cycle. Too little sleep, more fatigue, a worsened mood, and even more difficulty sleeping. Fortunately, improving sleep for older adults does not have to be complicated. Maintain a consistent bedtime, ideally before 10 p.m., to stabilize the body's internal clock. Avoid using electronic devices for at least 1 hour before bed, as the blue light from screens suppresses the sleep hormone. Create a calm, cool, and clean sleeping environment. A well-fitting pillow and a soft nightlight can make a big difference. Take 15 to 30 minutes to unwind before sleeping. Listening to soft music, reading, soaking feet in warm water, or doing some gentle yoga stretches can help ease the mind. Avoid caffeine, strong tea, or heavy meals in the evening. An overworked digestive system can also keep seniors tossing and turning at night. In summary, going to bed early and getting enough sleep is the foundation for older adults to recharge, maintain mental sharpness, and preserve emotional balance. Quality sleep not only helps extend life, but also makes each passing day feel lighter and more vibrant. Habit 4. Self-isolation and lack of social interaction. At an age when the body begins to slow down, older adults need emotional connections more than ever to replenish and nurture their inner strength. Yet many elderly people gradually withdraw. They go out less, avoid conversations, reject calls from their children and grandchildren, and even choose to stay alone in their rooms all day with the reasoning that they don't want to bother anyone. At first, isolation may feel like a personal choice, but over time, it turns into a psychological trap. Without social interaction, the brain's responsiveness decreases, emotions stagnate, and loneliness and sadness set in, leading to a decline in mental well-being. Scientists have confirmed that loneliness in older adults can have the same health impact as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Isolation also contributes to the development of age-related mental health issues such as depression, anxiety disorders, and even increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. An older person who rarely talks to others for long periods is more likely to experience memory decline earlier than those who maintain daily communication. Furthermore, lack of social connection weakens the ability to take care of oneself. Without anyone to talk to or listen to them, many seniors begin to neglect eating, personal hygiene, or taking medication on time. They feel like they are no longer part of the world, which can lead to a sense of giving up. So how can this isolation be broken? Maintain daily communication, even for just a few minutes. Calling children or grandchildren, greeting neighbors, or simply chatting with the shopkeeper can help refresh the mind. Join community activities for seniors such as Tai Chi classes, poetry clubs, religious gatherings, book groups, or volunteer groups. Use technology wisely. Many older adults have learned to use smartphones to make video calls, send messages, or even join online classes, something that seemed impossible just a few years ago. Encourage the presence of younger generations. Visits from grandchildren, even brief ones, carry great emotional value. If you are a caregiver, create opportunities for these bonding moments to happen regularly, gently, and naturally. In summary, communication is a form of healing. No one should live like an isolated island, especially when age makes the heart more vulnerable. Every check-in, every conversation, no matter how short, can be the thread that ties an elderly person to joy, to meaning, and to the richness of each passing day. We've just gone through 4 seemingly harmless habits that quietly but deeply impact the health and quality of life of older adults. Perhaps you've realized that you or a loved one may be dealing with one or more of them. If that's the case, don't worry or blame yourself. It's never too late to make a change. Each day gives us a new chance to do something better for ourselves. To restore balance to the overall picture of aging and health, it's just as important to maintain positive, sustainable habits that are appropriate for your age as it is to avoid harmful ones. Ask yourself, have I moved my body today? Have I had a truly nourishing meal? Have I talked to someone today? Or simply, Have I taken a moment to care for myself? If the answer is still no, then the next part is just for you. Let's explore 4 essential habits to maintain so that aging can be not only healthier, but also more meaningful with each passing day. Habit 1. Exercising regularly. One of the greatest gifts older adults can give themselves each day is gentle, consistent, and appropriate physical activity. At this stage of life, exercise is no longer about pushing physical limits as it might have been in youth. Instead, it becomes an act of protection, maintenance, and recovery. When the body is not kept in motion, it gradually loses flexibility, joints stiffen, muscles weaken, blood circulation slows, and the risk of chronic diseases increases over time. Regular exercise stimulates circulation, strengthens the immune system, improves heart and lung function, and helps regulate blood pressure and blood sugar. Beyond the physical benefits, movement is also a powerful mental and emotional therapy. During exercise, the body releases natural chemicals like endorphins and serotonin that help reduce anxiety, stress, and depression. Many older adults who maintain a routine of morning walks or gentle stretching report feeling more refreshed, enjoying their meals more, and sleeping more soundly at night. Physical activity also supports memory retention and slows the brain's aging process. The best part is that exercise doesn't have to be complicated or take hours. Simply walking for 20 to 30 minutes a day, joining a light yoga, tai chi, or qigong class, or even basic activities like gardening, mopping the floor, or stretching at home can all bring real benefits when done consistently. What matters most is regularity and suitability to one's personal condition. If there are concerns about heart health, joint issues, or chronic conditions, seniors should consult a doctor or specialist for safe and appropriate exercise options. Exercising regularly is a proactive way of living. It is a statement that aging does not mean passively awaiting decline, but is instead a time to care for oneself deeply and with dignity. A body that moves regularly is a body that loves itself, and it lays the foundation for a life of independence, fulfillment, and joy in later years. Habit 2. Eating a healthy diet. For older adults, eating is not just about feeling full. It is a vital means of sustaining life, supporting health, and preventing disease. At this stage of life, the digestive system slows down, nutrient absorption becomes less efficient, and liver and kidney function may decline. That is why every meal should be thoughtfully considered, not based on personal cravings, but on nutritional knowledge, actual bodily needs, and any existing health conditions. A healthy diet for seniors should follow principles of simplicity, digestibility, high fiber, and low levels of saturated fat and salt. Instead of consuming large amounts of red meat or fried foods, it is better to prioritize fish, eggs, tofu, leafy greens, ripe soft fruits, low-fat dairy, and various nuts and seeds. These foods are not only easy to digest, but also rich in essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help protect cells from premature aging. It is also crucial to stay hydrated even without feeling thirsty, as older adults often have a reduced sense of thirst but are more prone to dehydration, which can lead to constipation, dry skin, and fatigue. Beyond nutrition itself, habits such as eating at regular times, in a calm atmosphere, chewing thoroughly, and eating slowly help improve digestion and enhance nutrient absorption. Eating in a peaceful setting, or better yet, with loved ones, not only makes meals more enjoyable, but also fosters positive emotional well-being. For seniors with specific medical conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, gout, or kidney disease, their diet should be tailored under the guidance of a doctor or nutritionist to ensure both safety and therapeutic effectiveness. It is also important to note that many older adults develop a habit of eating less or skipping meals out of fear of indigestion. However, over time, this can result in nutritional deficiencies and a weakened immune system. The aging body needs gentle but consistent nourishment. A small, balanced meal eaten on time is far more valuable than an occasional large feast eaten irregularly. Healthy eating is not about restriction or discipline. It is a profound form of self-love. When older adults eat properly, they not only maintain their physical health, but also give themselves a chance to live clearly, energetically, and meaningfully through each remaining day of life. Habit 3. Maintaining a positive mindset. Aging is not just about physical changes. It is also a mental and emotional journey filled with challenges. As children grow up, careers come to an end, friends become fewer, and health begins to decline, many older adults may find themselves feeling empty, nostalgic, anxious, or even lost. That is why maintaining a positive mindset is not just beneficial, but essential for staying mentally sharp, emotionally balanced, and preserving a good quality of life. Having a positive mindset does not mean always being cheerful or pretending to be optimistic. It means being able to face life with calmness, acceptance, hope, and a belief in one's own worth, no matter the circumstances. When seniors are able to maintain positive thinking, they not only experience greater emotional ease, but also benefit physically. Medical studies have shown that a positive outlook helps lower the risk of heart disease, boosts the immune system, improves memory, and slows the aging of brain cells. There are many ways to cultivate a positive mindset. It might come from maintaining a daily hobby like gardening, reading, journaling, listening to classical music, or joining community activities. It might also involve learning something new, even something small, such as using a smartphone, trying a new recipe, or simply opening up and sharing one's life story with someone else. Every positive action, no matter how small, can help make the mind more flexible, insightful, and resilient. Gratitude is also a powerful foundation. When older adults learn to appreciate simple things like a good meal, a beautiful morning, or a kind message from a loved one, they begin to see that life still holds many things worth cherishing. Practicing empathy, letting go of past worries, and not stressing over what lies ahead allow them to live more peacefully and joyfully in the present moment. Maintaining a positive mindset is not about denying the difficulties of old age. It is about choosing to face them with calm strength and compassion. It is a valuable form of inner power, a small but warm light that gently illuminates each meaningful step along the final stretch of life's journey. Habit 4. Getting regular health checkups. Many older adults tend to visit the hospital only when they experience noticeable pain, prolonged discomfort, or unusual symptoms. However, the danger lies in the fact that many age-related illnesses do not show obvious signs in their early stages. Instead, they often progress quietly over many months or even years. By the time they are detected, the condition may already be advanced, making treatment more complex, expensive, and directly affecting both quality of life and mental well-being. This is why regular health checkups are not unnecessary, but rather a proactive, intelligent, and responsible way for seniors to protect their long-term health. Routine checkups help detect common chronic illnesses early, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, kidney dysfunction, osteoporosis, and hormonal imbalances. These are widespread conditions, but if identified early, they can be well managed through proper nutrition, exercise, and medication. Additionally, monitoring key indicators like heart rate, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight, and liver and kidney function allows doctors to assess overall health and adjust treatment plans and daily routines accordingly. Checkups are also an opportunity for older adults to receive in-depth consultation about symptoms they often overlook, such as insomnia, loss of appetite, persistent fatigue, or memory decline. These may be signs of psychological issues or underlying conditions like cerebral anemia, neurological degeneration, or mild depression conditions that are frequently neglected but can significantly impact daily life. Through regular checkups, older adults are not just treated for illness, but cared for holistically, both physically and mentally. To make these visits effective, seniors should keep a clear personal health record, honestly share symptoms with their doctor, and maintain a checkup schedule at least once or twice a year, even if they feel fine. In today's world, screenings for cancer, memory assessments, bone density scans, eye exams, and dental checkups should be given as much attention as standard blood tests. Regular health checkups are an investment in safety and peace of mind. It is not simply about going to the hospital to find illness, but an expression of valuing life. It is how older adults take control of their health and take charge of their own future. Old age is a unique chapter in life. No longer rushed, no longer burdened by the demands of making a living, yet filled with reflection, memories, and a quiet vulnerability that is often hard to put into words. At this stage, everyday habits are no longer small matters. They are either quietly lifting us toward a healthier, more meaningful life, or slowly pulling us away from it, little by little. The 4 habits to avoid are things that, once removed, can ease the burdens on both body and soul. The 4 habits to maintain are what nourish life, bring peace, and cultivate a deep sense of pride in oneself. When older adults know how to eat well, move regularly, keep a clear and positive mind, and take an active role in their health, aging no longer feels like a slow decline. Instead, it becomes a time to live more gently, more deeply, and more beautifully. And if you are beside an elderly loved one, gently encourage them to make positive changes. Sometimes a heartfelt word of encouragement, a shared meal, or a short walk together is enough to warm their heart and give them the strength to love themselves more. Old age is a privilege not everyone gets to experience. So if you are there, live it fully. With small choices made each day, you can turn the final stretch of life into a time that is truly worth living, rich in meaning, depth, and quiet joy.